Hi everyone, welcome to Be Celestial Tarot. This is the July Love Reading for all of my Aquarius out there. I'm going to try to keep it open to singles, relationships, or anything in between. So hopefully we got some clear messages for you all. Ooh, honey. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, that's a few messages. Okay, so right off the get-go, Three of Swords, some of you are currently dealing with a heartbreak that is either fresh or something that just keeps re-emerging. It might have been a sudden ending to something you thought was going well, or some of you are actually considering ending a relationship. But I don't see the ending being a bad thing. Actually, the fact that the Hangman came right after, followed by the Queen of Swords, for me that means it's like you're gonna have this major revelation of like, I think that needed to end for me to fall into my power. Like, some of you are like, oh, actually that ending was helpful. Like, as much as it hurt, like, I think you're finally gonna recognize that like that needed to happen for you to move forward. Some of you might have been involved with a Taurus, or this is a very specific message. Some of you, like, this person reminded you of your father, maybe their behavior or something about your father. Like, either you felt like you were looking for your father's approval with this relationship, or that stressed you out, like something about your father and this relationship that you're kind of like, maybe it's alright that it ended. Yeah, okay, so there's a few messages. I see someone coming forward who's kind of going to excite you, or this person that you were letting go came unexpectedly into your life, and you were like, oh, this is different. This is not who I usually go for, and you tried it, and you were excited because you were welcoming change. This is something you haven't experienced before, like a relationship like this. That was new and refreshing, but for the Hermit to come out, it's like you're kind of okay being on your own right now. Like, there's a part of you that's like, again, I don't know, there's an ending that had to happen, and you being on your own is actually like, I know something better is coming for. I know that like rebirth needed, like you're holding on to the hope, and maybe you're holding on to the hope that like, even though this relationship ended, maybe you guys will come back together again. That's just some message for someone out there. But the Hermit is like, I feel like you're okay with being on your own. You need this time by yourself. And for it to come on under the Queen of Swords, like, it feels like you're kind of over the battle. Like, and maybe while you were with this person, it was a constant back and forth. And there's a lot of swords, so that's a lot of air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ace of Swords, so obviously I think things are coming together. Like, whatever decision you have made or thinking about making in July, it's going to be successful. Whatever decision you come to or revelation that you have, it's going to provide great insight and movement for yourself. Yeah, I feel like it might have been a relationship that ran its course and you continued to work on it because you're like, all right, well, like, maybe it'll get better. Maybe if I continue working on, and it's like, no. Yeah. The Three of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're looking out on your future and you're like, okay, I'm on my own. July is going to be a very powerful month for you. Like, I feel like you're falling into who you want to be and settling with that. Like, you're like, okay, well, moving forward, this is what I want. This is who I'm going to look forward to being with. And it's like, it's not a big deal. Like, again, like, it's just the same message coming out. Yeah. You're just like, all right, you're going to use your friends. Your friends are out there for you for a reason. They are going to give you the insight that you need. Continue following, like, listening to your friends. Not listening to your friends, but, like, getting advice from your friends and opening up. Okay, the fact that I'm coughing right now, I think some of you actually struggle with reaching out to your friends, like, telling your friends how you're feeling. July might be a month where you're finally getting open and being like, okay, here's what I've been dealing with. Can I talk to you about this? Finally getting over that barrier of, like, being so closed off and emotionally opening up with vulnerability with like close friends. Yeah, and some of you, I feel like you're really working on yourself and your skills. Like for me, some of you are like artists. Like I think that's very clearly coming on, or you have some kind of trade that you work on, and this is a month for you to just work on that. Like you are like, I'm okay with myself because I am getting shit done. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you are just like sitting in your power. Yeah, like like I'm sorry, like that you were just like killing it. You know what you want. Like this is power to me. Like, and it's finally conquering. Like I feel like some of you have been dealing with anxiety, and I feel like the anxiety is kind of, you're gonna get a better grapple on your own insecurities and anxiety through this breakup. Yeah, you're this is like all very good. You're achieving balance that you have been waiting for. Yeah, like it's just all success for me. Like this is a decision that has been weighing heavily on you, and finally you're restoring the balance that was like necessary. Like there was something in you that was just like, it felt like something was missing, and you're going to restore that with yourself. The Fool card. Wow, the Fool card doesn't come out often, so for me at least. Oh man, strength. Don't like. I feel like some of you have a huge tendency to second guess yourself. Sorry, words are hard today apparently. Yeah, a lot of you have a tendency to second guess yourself, and like that is something you have to conquer. But like, you are so strong. Like the Strength card, it comes in. It's just like, treat yourself with the care that you give to other people. Like you need to give that energy back to yourself, because I feel like you forget about that. And the Fool for me, it's just like, some of you really do have a fear of being on your own. You're like, am I making, like the question of like, am I making the right decision just came into my head, and it's like, yeah, you're divinely guided, you are divinely led. Whatever decision you come to is for you. Like you will never like have to question something if you put yourself first, unless you're actually hurting people. Like putting yourself first is something you should never second guess. Okay. Yeah, anxiety is coming out really strong. I think some of you really struggle. Yeah, this seems like very heavy, like mental energy. Like your mental space has been very foggy, and I think that's a result of like the world right now. But like I just keep hearing like you're divinely guided. Like you have so many people who are there for you. You just have to be the first one to reach out. Like I think some of you stress out about that. You're like, I don't know if people would care. Yes, you have spirits and angels who walk among you. Like you are protected, and like even when the thoughts are bad, like your mind is your biggest enemy. But also like the fact that you have trouble actually speaking up about what you need is something you need to actively dismantle. Yeah, again, like a union. Like I'm seeing like you leaning into your friendships a little more and finding the joy in these small moments with your friends. Just like, okay, here's how I find joy again. Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like some of you just need to know that like whatever work you're doing, like I think in terms of like actual career and whatnot, it's gonna pay off in the month of July. Ooh, sorry. Yeah, the World card. Yeah. Like that's a clear message. Like you are it's funny, like when you think of love readings, you're like, oh well, like, oh well, who's coming forward? But I think this love reading is all about the love that you need to give to yourself, like, and just recognizing that like we go through cycles in life, and like sometimes the bad cycles, like it feels like it's never going to end, but just know that like the wheel of fortune is constantly turning, cycles are constantly changing, and the bad might feel like it's going on for a long time, but better is coming in. Like you're just making room for new things to bloom and for love to flourish when you give yourself the love that you've been neglecting. Okay, I'm going to pull some love oracle cards to finish up the reading. For some reason, I've been thinking a lot about this. I'm going to pull 3 cards, and you tell me which one you are drawn to. This first card. Okay, second card. Okay, there's 4 cards. Now I'm gonna redo that last one. Okay. So I'm gonna hold up 3 cards. Let's see if you can see. And just take a second, see what appeals to you. Okay, we're gonna go through. The first card is healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. I mean, yes. Then we have paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. And then soulmates, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. So if some of you were asking about someone, when I first started shuffling, in my head I heard, what do I feel about this? Like someone is in your life and you've been questioning a lot about this person. So I think that might be an answer for someone out there. Okay, those are the messages I have. I'm sending all my love and light.